The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain just go. Now, I'll give you the teaser right now. We did a payoff in about 5 minutes. This one's pretty, well, I want you to think about this as well on the text line, 312-591-8300. There's only two animals on Earth that do this, and it is in the romance arena. Humans do it, and bonobos do it. You know what those are?
But no, isn't that the store?
So that's where I bought my suit for my wedding.
My man.
It's called bonobos.
And you looked sharp.
Thank you. The crotch ripped out, though.
Hey, yo, my man.
Hey, listen.
Oh, you're one of the two animals that do this thing.
Hey, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? What do you want from me? Can't help what I got down there.
No, not at all.
Actually, I tried to do the splits, dancing.
You tried to do the splits?
And it's a really tight suit. It looks good. I look so good in that suit.
You did.
Because it was a slim fit, a little bit of Lycra stretch, and they're unreasonably priced, by the way. But it did rip out, and I had to get it resewn, and it's fine. I still have the suit, but I ripped the crotch out in my bonobo suit.
You tried to do the splits?
It was my wedding day.
Why were you trying to do the
I was
splits?
getting my dance on. I get excited.
What song was playing?
Lit, my own worst enemy. So, two animals do this only in the bedroom. Humans and bonobos. And what they are is not just a suit company, they're a monkey. A bonobos is it's a certain kind of monkey.
Okay.
I'll tell that when we come back. But they're the only ones that do this in the world when it gets to time to get busy
Okay.
and get some action from their female or male counterparts.
Yeah, whoever.
Whoever.
We don't judge here.
Whoever's willing to take you into a bedroom and do something naked with you.
Do something naked.
That's it, yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain go. Only two animals in the entire animal kingdom and in the history of the world. Think about all the animals. There's like millions that are extinct now. They're just gone. Dinosaurs, insects, weird things in the ocean.
Yeah.
They're gone. So only two do this. Bonobos, and humans, I should say. Bonobos, which is a suit company, but it's also a pygmy chimpanzee.
What does that mean? Because monkeys terrify me. I don't know much about them.
Well, first off, they can probably kill you.
Well, a lot of things can.
I know, but if you look at they're so majestic looking, bonobos. And it's actually an endangered great ape and one of the two species making up the genus Pan, if you will. I'm reading Wikipedia right now. But generally, it's a pygmy chimpanzee, so it's smaller than a regular chimpanzee or a gorilla or an ape. You know what I mean?
I hate to sound mean. I would not label these animals majestic.
Oh, I would.
This thing is gnarly looking.
That thing right there, look at the picture.
Yeah, no, I'm looking right at it. That thing is gnarly. I don't like its nipples. I don't like its size. I don't like anything about this thing.
Well, that's unfortunate because they're our ancestor.
I know. They'll be the one to eventually have me meet my demise. That's gonna be the thing that kills me.
I can see you getting off the bus in Uptown, and a chimpanzee jumps out of a tree and rips your throat out, and that's how Case died.
Like in Roadhouse, the throat rip?
Yeah. Like, that's how we lost Case.
Oh, man.
You want to go Lincoln Park Zoo and see monkeys over there?
I don't want to.
We should go someday.
I only want to go see the Christmas lights there.
We should go to the new Chicago Brookfield Zoo or whatever they're calling it now. So
we can do that.
What these two things do, bonobos and humans, that no one else does when it comes to getting romantic, is tongue kiss.
Oh, interesting. Not what I thought. Okay.
A lot of people said things like oral. I'm sorry I said it like that. I thought we were off the air just talking. Oh, man. Oh, God. Okay. So a lot of people texted and said that.
What'd they say?
Oral.
That's so weird.
Some people said wear condoms.
Uh-huh.
They thought bonobos put on a condom before they get it on in the
That'd
bedroom.
be funny. Honestly, I'm not a huge monkey guy. I'd love to see a monkey put on a condom. That seems like a hilarious video.
Would there be a separate monkey dispenser in the bathroom at the truck stop?
Yeah.
for the condoms?
Truck stop.
You see,
Hey, he's like, open the door too quick. You like bump into. Oh, sorry, my bad.
You see these? There's like You're getting your combos and your Mountain Dew, and then a monkey walks by.
You look at the map, you're like trying to figure out, like, wait, am I on Route 66? Like, where do I need to go? And then there's just a monkey grabbing a condom.
Yeah, the monkey puts his Mountain Dew and his condom up there on the counter.
All for me, thank you.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, he tips his fedora.
I was like, So that's what they do. They're the only ones that make out. Humans like making out, and bonobos like making out. In sex, like before you have sex.
I dated a girl for 2 years who did not know how to kiss with tongue. And it was weird because she was the first, like my first real relationship. So she was kind of the first person that I tongue kissed with, but we weren't. Like
that sounded as bad as me saying oral. She's the first girl I tongue kissed with.
Oh, sorry. She was the first girl that I Frenched.
Yeah, Frenched.
But then I started seeing somebody else who was way more experienced than her shortly after. And I was like, oh, this is French kissing.
Yeah.
I later started hooking up again with the girl that couldn't French kiss.
Yep.
And she goes, well, I struggle with it because the doctors told me I have an abnormally small mouth. And thus, I have an abnormally small tongue. And as I started kissing her again after she told me that, I went, well, you really do have a small mouth. It's really hard to maneuver in there.
Well, the thing is, all men do the same thing. They're like the Suckmaster 4000. Like, they just go, la, 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 la. But women are all different when they kiss. They really are. Like to your point on that, some are sensual, some are really going, like that. It's like, oh my God, this girl can kiss.
Yeah.
And all that. So I don't know how that evolved. Someone learned at some point, maybe somebody kissed somebody younger, and then when they were in high school.
It's like, people play the guitar differently. The guitar is 6 strings, it's all the same, but people, for shots, he plays differently than Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Amazing reference.
I know.
Amazing. Also, when you were like me and were a late bloomer.
Absolutely.
I didn't know how to kiss until it's like you got to put your reps in.
Brian, 1,000%.
And I didn't know anything. I was a terrible kisser.
Kissing is hard.
I think I'm really good now.
I think so, too. I actually think it's one of my great strengths.
You think I'm good, too?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Remember, 25 minutes away, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. 21 Pilots tickets. If you just called trying to get them in a song scramble, this will be so easy. You just text in a word to win them. There's no big scrambling thing. You don't have to work your brain. You can keep drinking your Monster Energy drink there and your Pop-Tart. It'll be okay. I'm not trying to judge. That's a good breakfast to me.
It seemed judgmental.
Did it?
It did.
Oh, I'd love a Pop-Tart and a Monster right now.
I can do that for you. We have a vending machine.
We can't do that because we have breaking news.
We have breaking news.
I'm a journalist, and we got to get this out there. Indiana has declared a state of emergency. For you people in Indiana, I care about you deeply. And what's going on is the eclipse. This is caused by the eclipse. Eclipses over the history of the world have caused strife, fear, and end of civilizations.
Famine, even.
Famine.
Wow.
People are hungry out there for Pop-Tarts and Monsters.
And the eclipse might affect that?
That's right. So it's 4 days, 4 hours, 34 minutes away at this point. But Indiana cannot figure out how to handle the hundreds of thousands of people that are on their way there to watch the total eclipse. Now, we're going to get a partial eclipse here in Chicago if it's not cloudy, which is supposed to be on Monday, which will suck because I'm a space nerd and I want to see all this. I'll go to Shed Aquarium and I'll break in there and say, give me that telescope. I need to see this thing.
Why are you breaking in?
I guess they'll be open. It'll be fine.
Also, why do you need a telescope? Isn't the whole draw that you can see it in the sky?
If you see it through a telescope, it's even cooler. Now, you got to have a special lens to protect your eyes on it, but you really see. Those pictures you see with the big black hole and that looks like a diamond ring, you can't see that really in the sky yourself. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't know what I mean.
No, not really. All I can think of now is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden written about an eclipse?
I think there's a lot of naked women in that video.
That seems unrelated.
I don't know. But Indiana's governor has declared a state of emergency. Your guy, Eric Holcomb.
I want to be clear, not my guy.
Well, you were born in Indiana. You're raised in Indiana.
It is my state. I don't know if he's my guy.
The last time Indiana saw a total solar eclipse was 1869, and the next one's not till 2099.
Uh-huh.
So that's why there's this fervor of people coming in there. I mean, they're actually predicting several people will die in car accidents because of the amount of people going into Indiana.
Oh, my God. Wait, why? Just because there's not going to be enough space on the road?
Well, there's just people looking up while they're driving. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, people are partying. Just when you put 200,000 more people on your highways, there's going to be a problem. So that's where it's kind of going. The path starts out for us in Illinois, if you're going downstate, like Carbondale, just in that region there. What are you laughing at?
Our text line is, I love our listeners so much. You said you were going to go to the Shed Aquarium for the telescope.
Oh, I meant Adler Planetary.
All of our texts now are just calling you an idiot.
It's right next door. And I'm just predicting that I won't be able to get down that little path right by Northerly Island to get over to Adler Planetarium.
It's probably easier to get into the aquarium now that you think about it.
Do you think the aquarium's going to be empty and the dolphins are going like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, they're going to be pissed.
The turtles are going like, hey, here's where people pet me.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's really funny.
Oh, God. See how it's got me all I'm upset over here.
Well, you're frazzled. This could lead to the end of your life. That's the kind of stakes that we have during this eclipse.
Well, I was fortunate because I was exiled from Chicago radio for a few years, and I went to Philadelphia where I met my wife. Mm-hmm. And in 2017, I saw the total eclipse in Philadelphia. So this is the second one I could see, but I can't get away. It's Monday. You know, I got to catch up on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's my curb day as well. But there's Sunday at 9.
But Case knows this is going through his hometown of Fishers, Indianapolis, and they are filling up the racetrack with people?
Indianapolis Motor Speedway is selling tickets for people to watch inside the speedway, and you might be thinking like I did when I heard that, oh, that's a stupid idea. Who would want to do that? Turns out everybody does.
Yeah, I would. Also, we just mentioned Cleveland a little bit ago. They're going to get it, too. Cleveland's getting the total eclipse. We're not, again.
We talked about this morning because we were aware of the state of emergency. We got tipped off because we are journalists here. This might be the single biggest tourist attraction to ever hit the state of Indiana. When you think about the great state of Indiana, this is their apex mountain. This is the best thing that has ever happened to this state. Better than Steve Alford, better than Reggie Miller, better than the fact that we almost had an MLB team come in the 80s, but Marge Schott of the Cincinnati Reds shot it down.
You're making all sports references.
Well, we don't have much else, Brian. We just have corn and sports.
How about every possible chain restaurant in Valpo?
Murderer's Row.
It's unbelievable.
Of chain restaurants.
You get off the highway there, right off, and you get everything you could want. It's like Fantasyland.
The Jackson 5 did not compare to the fervor, and they're from Gary, Indiana, did not compare to the fervor of this eclipse. This is the peak of Indiana.
Well, I'm trying to think of other Indiana events.
That's the thing. There's not a lot.
I'm just trying to...
We had a Super Bowl 10 years ago. The Giants won. Nobody cared. You know what I mean? Like, if you're from Indiana like me, what's the best moment in state's history? There's not one. The eclipse is going to be the peak of Indiana.
Well, check in at 312-591-8300. Maybe you have something that we're not thinking of. Like I was just thinking of Shed Aquarium over Adler Planetarium.
Yeah. And then you thought about the chain restaurants that are in Indiana as the best thing that state has ever offered.
We're looking for someone that's going to chase the eclipse. I know people... I want you guys, the crew members. I know people that are taking off work to go chase it, but I want one of our people, the crew members... Mm-hmm. If you are going to chase the total eclipse, you can be our reporter on site Monday morning.
That's right.
Now, it's not happening Monday morning, but I want to know what's going on in where you're trying to see it. It won't happen until about 12:50 our time. So it will last like about 2 hours. Basically, it'll be a partial eclipse in Chicago. But I want someone to volunteer right now, and maybe we'll take care of you somehow. I don't know. I think I got $30 in my wallet right now.
I definitely got a Q101 t-shirt with your name on it.
How about that? And you could represent us in the path of the total eclipse. Brian and Kenzie and Q101. 312-591-8300. Check in. We want you. We need you. There's also a Hoffman Estates teacher that's going to do something ridiculous during the total eclipse, and we'll tell you what they're going to do when we come back here in 10 minutes. But we need you. I want you. I like the Uncle Sam picture. To go to Shed Aquarium with me with no one else.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, we're about 12 minutes away from 8 a.m. That is your next chance and actually launches Ticket Blitz Thursday, the easiest way to get free 21 Pilots tickets from us. All you do is text in a word. 8 o'clock, we'll give you the word. So shortly, right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101, we've talked about Indiana having to declare a state of emergency because the eclipse coming on because hundreds of thousands of people are flocking to Indiana in the path of the total eclipse. We're going to get a partial eclipse here in Chicago, but it's supposed to be cloudy Monday, too, which makes you go to the Shed Aquarium and look at dolphins, apparently. That's what I'll be.
You want the telescope in the aquarium.
That's right. I want it in the pool so I can be in my shorts, just looking up and checking it out.
Maybe your board shorts, your Vulcan board shorts?
Yeah. Or my sprawl Muay Thai shorts. But Case grew up in Indiana, and he was trying to say this is the greatest event ever in Indiana. And a lot of people, of course, checked in about the Indy 500.
Which I get, and specifically the 100th Indy 500 was a massive deal. I get that. But I think this eclipse is bringing more people to the state than any single event in history.
Now, we're looking for someone to be our eclipse spotter that's going through Indiana to see the total eclipse, or downstate in Carbondale. But first, before we get there, Kelly checked in and said, from 219, said, Case grew up in the wrong part of Indiana. I'm from Northwest Indiana. I grew up not by one, but by two nudist colonies.
One is something, two is impressive. That's a lot of nudity.
She said that's great entertainment. As I grew up, the campground near us brought in pagans, witches, and warlocks every summer.
Warlocks?
I guess they're nude. Oh, warlock's a man-witch.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, I did not know that.
And I didn't mean the sandwich, the man-witch. I didn't mean that. Now I'm just hungry for a sloppy Joe.
Do you know how good man-witch sounds right now?
Oh, a sloppy Joe would be so good.
God.
Now, I know that she's talking, there used to be this Nudes a Poppin'. That was a nudist colony festival thing. I think it's the Ponderosa Sun Ranch, I think it was called. Ponderosa, something like.
Was it brought to you by Ponderosa?
No, sadly.
They should have been a title sponsor.
I know. I know that was one of them. I don't know the other one in Indiana, but I don't frequent Googling nudist colony, so I'm not going to go that route.
Right.
Megan looks at my history.
Exactly.
Also, another 219er checked in about Indiana, trying to see if this is not the biggest thing ever. 219 says, look, Indiana is a godly state. Not only can you travel and smell the great aroma of pig and cattle farms, you can also hit the truck stops, Iron Skillet, and then on your way out to hit the porn shop over at the Lion's Den. We have a lot of excitement, cheap taxes, and we get to play with cool stuff. That's fair. Every time I go visit my mom in Nashville, we drive that way. There's about 3 Lion's Dens we pass.
Yep.
And Megan won't let me stop and look around.
I want to stop just to know what it's like.
There's so many of them, too.
I know they must be doing business.
They certainly are recession-proof.
You ever drive by a Lion's Den on, like, December 26th, the day after Christmas, and you just think, who's there right now? What's going on? What's their story? How'd they end up in a Lion's Den the day after Jesus' birthday?
And that's when I wanted to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was going down there for Christmas to see my mom.
All right. We got to send me out to a Lion's Den. That's our next remote event.
Okay, we'll do that. Might as well see the eclipse while you're there.
Well, yeah, I'm more focused on the Lion's Den.
It actually, where those Lion's Dens, you have to, Northwest Indiana is not getting the total eclipse. Only like it's going up diagonally north-south from Carbondale, Indianapolis, Cleveland. Like that's kind of going to get the total. Well, people are checking in about wanting to be our spotters for it. Rick in Bartlett, you are driving to see the total eclipse. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Ahoy. How's it going?
And how can you do that? Are you just taking off work, or are you just going to say you're working?
I'm off work until Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Oh, that must be nice.
Did you take off for the eclipse?
Down with the family and the kids. Yeah.
Okay, wow. So vacation.
We're stopping through St. Louis, actually Champaign, then St. Louis, and then we're driving down from there, staying with family.
So you're going to follow it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Rick, I have a question because this seems like a lot of hassle, a lot of driving. You're getting the family in the car. The eclipse itself does not last that long. Is all of it worth it just to look up in the sky for a few seconds?
It's worth it. It's amazing. We went in 2017, and it was just, we saw the whole thing in Carbondale, Illinois, at my buddy's house down there.
Okay.
Just out the main stadium. They had a cloud over the stadium, but over my buddy's house, it was a full 2 minutes, 20 seconds, the eclipse. Mm-hmm. And my wife was going crazy in the background.
I love it, too. I saw the 2017 one out on the East Coast, and it is a religious, spiritual experience, whether you're religious or not. It really does. It hits you. It's amazing. It makes you feel small, like the universe is at play without you. You know what I mean?
Rick, you know what he means?
Howling out there, and all the neighbors were chanting and cheering, and it was just something.
Yeah, it is something. Well, thanks, Rick, for checking in. We got Anna checking in as well. She wants to be our eclipse reporter. She's going to do it, too. Is that right, Anna?
Oh, absolutely, fellas.
Okay. Well, you sound excited.
Oh, I am so pumped. Can't wait. Me and my witchy mother are going to go soak in all those moon rays and enjoy ourselves.
Okay. Have you done this before? Have you ever seen a total eclipse?
Only the total of Eclipse of My Heart music video.
Oh, boy.
Anna, I like you. You're fine.
Thank you so much.
Got it. And where are you going exactly to see it? Are you going to Carbondale? Are you going to go to Indiana? What are you doing?
You know what? We're flying by the seat of our pants. We are going to go where the wind takes us, and we're going to go wherever we can end up, especially with this mass migration of people ending up there. We're going to see where we can squeeze in.
Huh. Okay. I like this.
Yeah. So, but you're thinking Indiana for sure. You just don't know where in Indiana.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, Monday morning, the eclipse doesn't happen until later at 12:50, but if you can call in and check in out, we'll put you on hold, and then Case will get you a T-shirt to wear when the rays hit you. You know what I mean?
Or maybe
Soak
after the
them
fact.
all up.
I don't know if I can get her a T-shirt by Monday, but we can try.
Yeah, well, mail takes some time, processing.
Yeah, shipping,
shipping
costs,
and handling.
out of control. I don't understand stamps. It's a whole thing.
What do you
I believe in you guys.
Thank you.
You probably shouldn't. Anna, what do you do for a living?
I actually work in the entertainment industry, like movies, TVs, commercials. So I'm not working on Monday. So, and I have a background in news. I actually went to the Chicago Emmys 2 years in a row with my college newscast. So
Ooh.
kind of a profesh over here if you guys are looking for one.
I like it. Our official reporter. Okay, I dig this. So hang on, we'll get you on there, and Anna's going to be our official storm tracker or eclipse tracker. I'm sorry, for Monday, and appreciate everybody that's going to the wonderful, blessed event. Now, coming up even sooner, way beforehand, we're talking 4 minutes and 11 seconds away. 21 Pilots tickets will launch Ticket Blitz Thursday. Free, very easy. Just text a word that we'll give you after Bush. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. This is one of those good news, bad news situations. I think most people say, well, give me the bad news first. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll do the bad news first as we pour one out.
How do I?
For another Chicago icon going away, it is the Stratford Square Mall in Bloomingdale. I like the headline, Memories Abound as Stratford Square Mall as closure looms.
Oh, man.
It sounds dark.
It sounds dark. Well, it's the fate of malls.
Yeah, malls are having a problem, obviously, right now. Last time you went to a mall, Kenzie, you live near Woodfield Mall, right?
I lived near Woodville. I also live near Stratford, so my husband has been talking about this nonstop because he is from Bloomingdale, born and raised.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't understand the memories. And he's like, he kept bringing it up. And at first I'm like, oh, yeah, that's sad. And then he kept going and going. I'm like, you're 46. Let's let them all go. It's fine. You're going to get past it.
Did he put on his letter jacket and go back over one
He
last
was
time?
like, man, all the hangouts. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I'm with your husband on this one because I remember that mall, and I forgot your husband was from out there in Bloomingdale, but
Yeah.
I went out there for an appearance for Q101 back when I voiced the video game Saints Row. I'm the guy on the radio in the car on the Saints Row video game, the first version, which actually wasn't a great game, but it's become a great game since they booted me from voicing it. And it was so incredible. The GameStop there was just great. The GameStop.
Really? Good GameStop.
Oh, one of those good GameStops.
Because there's bad GameStops, too.
I remember that one just being incredible and having a good time there.
All right, good.
What makes the difference? Just more games?
No, just the atmosphere. I've had, when I'm shopping, I'm a pretty pleasant customer. I don't demand a lot. I'm a go with the flow kind of guy in the store. I've dealt with some very rude GameStop employees in the past. I haven't always had a good experience at GameStop. There's just the vibe. You can tell as soon as you step foot, is this a good GameStop or is this a bad GameStop?
Huh. They still exist?
They do.
Oh, that's right, because they were the stock scandal during the pandemic when they boosted
I
all
can
their stock
honestly
up.
say I've never been inside a GameStop.
Oh, we gotta go. There's one right by me. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I going to do?
Buy a video game.
Or can you still sell them there?
Yeah.
So do you have any, does Tristan have video games he doesn't want anymore?
No, because Roman and I super disagreed on if Tristan's allowed to play video games for a really long time.
Yeah.
He's like, he needs to be old school. I'm like, well, he's becoming a loser because he doesn't know how to use any technology. So like, that's also not good. There's got to be a balance between video game addiction and like knowing how to use them. So finally this year at Christmas, he got a Nintendo Switch. I won that battle because that was like, okay, it can be handheld and plug in, and it was like a good investment. So he really just started games.
That's a pretty astute observation of you, and it's also almost impossible to either be just okay at video games or as a former addict, it's hard to just be okay and then I can put it down. I bet parents, I mean, I'm not in that range yet, but oh my gosh, because I've talked about it before, my literal addiction to Halo, 8 hours a day. And then I had to go cold turkey and just stop. Broke my Xbox. I haven't done it since. I had to get away. Well,
what I had to tell Roman was, here's the deal. We're still pretty in charge of him. Like he's rounding the base at 10 soon here in like 2 months. I go, if there's an inappropriate game, like we'll make sure he doesn't get it, or we make sure he doesn't play for 8 hours a day. But he should know how to use them because he's gonna go to a sleepover and get beat up, and it's like, and I don't want that for him either. Like he's gotta like come in there like, oh, I know this one move. Like he's gotta be able to do some stuff.
Yeah. It's a tough one. But that GameStop at that mall back in the day at Stratford Square Mall, which is going away, like literally 1,000 people showed up and then I played video games through Xbox Live to people at home at the store.
Good for you.
That's my memory of Stratford Square Mall, which was a great mall.
Well, I think they're going to rebuild something there, though. I think they're the rumor is that they're turning it into like an outdoor shopping complex type of thing. So they're going to tear the whole thing down.
Okay.
And this is a rumor. And I don't want to get lit up on the text line.
No, I say
okay, the rumor is
put it out there.
That it's gonna be like a very outdoor shopping-y. Okay, so it's not gonna be a mall anymore. They're gonna tear the whole thing down, build it up, and there's still gonna be stores and stuff over there.
So it could be like Old Orchard Mall in Skokie a little bit, an outdoor mall maybe.
Yeah, like an outdoor, like probably a less bougie version of like the Oakbrook, you know what I mean? Yep. That one.
Yep.
I'm assuming that.
All right, you heard it here first. Kenzie has inside information.
As a rumor?
That she's building the mall.
She's invested in it. And
well, they have the really fun Portillo's over there. Have you been to the Portillo's over there in Bloomingdale?
I don't think so.
That's the one that looks like a city when you go inside of it.
Oh, I have been to that one.
Oh, yes.
It's so fun. It has like park benches and stuff.
Yeah.
It's adorable. It's actually kind of uncomfortable because like I don't want to sit on a park bench all the time, but it is really cute.
Well, then that's kind of some of the good news there. Maybe something's going to arise from the ashes of Stratford Square Mall. But Case found something out about this mall that I didn't know about, and it came back from the 80s, I guess. Yes. Something happened there?
Yeah. So we have good mall news to get to in just a second, but God bless Wikipedia and God bless the internet. Stratford Square Mall has a Wikipedia page.
Okay.
And I pulled it up, and under closure, they also have some infamous incidents that took place at this mall. Your GameStop appearance was not listed.
That's too bad.
Which is unfortunate.
No.
That's a shame.
But what is listed, and I'm so curious if anybody remembers this, the priest on a burglary spree incident. February 8th, 1984. Let me read what it says. It says a Roman Catholic priest from Carpentersville went on a burglary spree that lasted over 4 hours. The priest robbed 7 stores at Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg, then made his way over to Stratford Square Mall, where he stole over 100 items in the Marshall Fields. The priest was also accompanied by a 60-year-old woman who helped him with the robbery. That's prolific.
What?
How does a 60-year-old help you?
Well, she's crafty. She's been around the block her time or two.
And also,
slower.
He probably was old too.
Probably. Roman Catholic priest, not an easy thing to be. I grew up in the church.
Well, also,
I know that's why you were lost your innocence by 9. Jesus.
Oh my God. So, did the priest go to jail, I guess?
Yes, the priest went to jail.
And hit 2 malls.
2 malls.
Hit Woodfield and Stratford Square Mall.
That's like
closed down Stratford. He made it so hard.
They can't pay their bills anymore. They haven't recovered since 1984.
I also, real quick before you give good mall news, I just want to let everybody know the text line is right on my side with the GameStop vibe thing.
Yeah.
708 says, as soon as you walk in, you know it's a good GameStop or a bad GameStop. We're now getting people listing the bad GameStops they've been to.
Oh my God.
Like what? Which one's bad? Give me a location.
Let me find that. Highland, Indiana. Josh checked in from Cherville and said Highland, Indiana has the worst GameStop employees ever and asked for us to call them out.
Well, we can call him out, but we haven't verified it ourselves.
No, but I trust Josh. He seems like a guy that
Case,
would know.
will you go today?
I will go to the one in Highland, Indiana.
Thank you.
Okay, so Case doesn't have a car, so he's going to take a train to Highland, Indiana.
Well, you're going to have to bring him, Brian.
No, I'm not. I got Bert Kreischer tonight. I'm not going to drive him to Highland, Indiana to get a vibe check
You're
on a GameStop.
so lazy. You won't do anything for the show.
Put 180 miles on my car round trip.
I want to ask, can I get NBA 2K18 used for $3? And then we'll see.
That's what I'm wondering. Did Josh get screwed out of a deal on a selling of a video game by a couple bucks? He's just calling them out.
Are they all used?
No, do they have new and used?
Yeah.
That always made me mad when I go in a new and used store which is which?
It's pretty
and that
clear.
Would make
it's
me
pretty
mad.
clearly marked. Yeah, no one's getting confused on that one at GameStop. They do a good
Really?
job. Yeah.
There's signs. You'll follow the signs, Kenzie. Now, you'll be okay.
What's this good mall news?
Oh, the good mall news. Let's do that. Now going to the Woodfield Mall, they're opening, Velocity Esports is opening a 15,000 square foot arcade and esports lounge. It'll be open, and in fact, it already opened a soft launch right now. It's at 5 Woodfield Mall. It's hard to get that address. I don't understand that unless the map of the mall. But 5 Woodfield Mall, E108 in Schaumburg. So it's a vast selection of arcade games, prizes, premier esports, and billiards lounge. Oh, I love billiards. I love playing pool.
There you go.
Plus an eatery and a full bar. It's all there. 15,000 square feet. That opened up there at Woodfield Mall. Also, Round 1 Bowling and Arcade is set to open this year at Gurney Mills Mall for the Northsiders. That's the same kind of deal. Big arcade entertainment venue with food and drink and all that. So there we go. There's the good news. And there's also the bad news. But it sounds like Kenzie turned it into good news because, according to her source, the Stratford Square Mall.
I got to be honest, I don't even know where I heard that, but I know I heard it.
Okay. We believe it. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. What are you taking away from today's show? 312-591-8300. Text in your takeaway right now from today's show.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.